This is Joy Ani, scrapping in my own private Idaho, and today I am doing another fun layout. This layout is day number 6 of Christy's Beautiful Life, and it's by Stacy Delong, and I have followed it very closely, except for you may not be able to tell that because I put so many fun things on the layout, but trust me, it is the same. I am using an 8.5 by 11 layout, and the reason I'm doing that is because I'm working on an alphabet book for my grandson, and of course this is it's not the introduction page, but it is the first page, and we're starting with A is for alligator, and you can see that he went to the zoo and he has some alligator pictures, and because it's going to sit next to it, I decided to make a companion page. So this is not the sketch, this is me. So when I have a one-page sketch like this one, this is a one-page sketch, a lot of times I will do, this is just a simple grid with 4 4x4 pictures. I did, so the paper that I used was Utterly Awesome, and this was a layout, this was a paper pack, a DSP from Stampin' Up, and it featured otters. So very many otters, but on the back side they had some fun paper that was the background. And so what I did was, the colors were perfect for this layout. However, this is actually the page that I used, and you can see that it has otters and I'm doing alligators. So what I did was I cut my page 8.5 by 11. I followed this line, so you can see that she has torn or maybe done mixed media along here. I've just followed the line of my paper, and everywhere there was alligators I made sure that I would cover them up. So you might have some of this paper laying in your stash. If not, if you're local, I do have some paper packs. I do buy paper, several packs of paper if I think I can use them, because I do vendor events. So anyway, so I'm going to set this aside, and this one is done exactly. I cut along the designs just like I did in the other paper. So I'm going to remove what I've taken, and then you can see exactly how I did follow the sketch very closely. And let me grab that sketch again. I like to bury things. As soon as I put things down, it's like, I don't know. Now I've totally lost my page. So funny. Not really. I get annoyed. But I think I can remember the sketch. I did show it to you in the beginning, right? Okay. When I don't want it anymore, that's when I'll find it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and you can see I'm taking my picture off. So this, I had some notebook type paper. I'm going to make sure you can see this. I feel like I'm out of focus and that I've cut this off. I'm going to check my screen really quick to see. Yeah, you can see the whole layout. That's the goal, is to see the whole layout. So I took, I believe this is the Boise Aquarium. So I took some plain white paper. No, it's not white paper, it's notebook paper. This was called Notebook. It's an old, close to my heart paper pack. It was the mix-ins, and I have a die cut that cuts this, and you can see if I showed you the sketch. The sketch had washi tape here and here, so I've added that. You can see how I have the basic design of that sketch by my friend. Of course, I can't believe I buried that. I mean, there's not that much. According to me, there's really not that much left on my desk, but of course I cannot find what I'm looking for. Okay, so and then I'm just going to, like I said, I am covering up the otters, and I am putting alligators, because I'm not doing an O page. I'm not doing an O page, I'm doing an A page. I'm going to grab my tape runners, I feel very unprepared, although I've really worked at being prepared. Okay, so I trimmed along here. This is going to be, so if you look at this page, because I started all the fun things on this page at 1 inch down, I'm going to do the same thing because I want this to all go along so that it looks nice when it's put together. So I'm going to put my little grandson here. I can't believe I just buried that. And I'll show you the back. So this will be, and if I'm a little bit worried about the thickness of this album, because if I do 2 pages, there's 26 letters in the alphabet, that'd be 52 pages. So I am, I built this page, so this is my beginning page. This one was designed by Ginny Candelaria, and this was a kit that I bought from her. And so this is my introduction page to my ABC book, and it's ABC Real Life. So instead of putting an alphabet book where I'm actually including pictures of my grandson, and like if it's an alligator, then it's with him with an alligator, and we're going to go through it that way. So, and you can see that I put it to save with the thickness, so instead of having 2 pages, this is actually built on the back. And I don't normally do that because sometimes you'll change the order of your photo album, but this is not going to change because it's the alphabet. So I'm going to go ahead and, so this is 11 inches, so it's an 8.5 by 11. I got this one, I believe the album that this one's going to go in is an album by Hobby Lobby. I'm going to kind of center this because I'm going to cover up my little otters, and I'm putting all of this stuff I cut out. This is some of it I fussy cut from the paper. Some of it I went ahead and cut from, there was a stamp and a die cut. And so this is garden green, this is peacock, so I did a little bit that way. So I'm putting my picture down, and it's at 1 inch. And I believe, so this is, so it's, I'm gonna, maybe I'll put, I don't know if you can see it. If I move it all the way over here, can you still see it? Because then I'll know, then you can see exactly where I'm placing things, and you can repeat it more easily, I think. Okay, so I am coming down to the second. So this is starting on the line 2. It's 8.5 wide. My picture, this I've cut, so my notebook I cut 7 1/4 by 4 1/4, and 7 1/4 by 5 1/4, and my picture is I think it's a 4 by 5. So I'm going to come down here at 1 inch. Since this is 4 1/4, I'm going to have it come in 2 inches, and it's going to be down 2 inches. So it's 2 by 2, and I'm going to just put a ruler. I have the hardest time lining things up. If it looks straight to me, it's probably crooked. Someone told me once that's because I have astigmatism, but I don't know. So this is going to be 2 inches across. So I'm going to put it right down here, and I'm going to put it down 2 inches. Okay, and that is going to be perfect. I'll go ahead and set that down, and that leaves me a chance to journal right here. I can journal. I keep thinking I'm going to find that sketch. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up all of the otters. So this was just a cricut cut and with googly eyes, so I didn't have to change this at all. They had an A for an alligator. I will share this link I did add an offset. So this came just like it said, is for alligator. That was what it was. And then I added an A, and I stuck it on there, and then I grouped it together and then put an offset. That's how I came up with that one. So my alligator's sitting on the bottom, so I'm going to sit on the bottom. Even though you can see some of that otter right there, I'm going to put leaves. That's why I cut out a lot. You could pop this up if you like. I'm not for sure if I'm going to, like I said, I'm extremely worried that this book is going to be super thick because it's an entire alphabet. So I'm going to stuff my little, I'm going to have a peacock, and I'm going to have, this is the part I fussy cut from the, that one I might put, no, right here. I like that one right there. So I'm just kind of tucking things in, and then I will tape them down, make sure that you can see where I'm going. And I'm just having a variety. I could fussy cut some of the rocks out, and I might do that a little bit later. But I think this alligator is so cute with the googly eyes. I think the googly eyes really are what make it so whimsical. So in that, okay, so I put that there. And she has that in the sketch too. I can't believe I copied that sketch. I had it. I seriously had that. It was right in my little brass. And I have somewhere laid it aside. It's so typically me. Okay. Oh, maybe it's this one. Nope. I've got two. I got two more chances. Nope. That was yesterday's. All right. So we're just going to go with it. Okay. And now I'm going to put a little, she has little sequins, and I have these fun sequins that really add, and I'm just going to place them, and I'm going to glue them on off screen because I have a hard time doing this sort of thing because the green glue is real popular with a lot of people, and I would love to use green glue. My only issue is my hands just do not work great. So I'm just going to have these sequins. Some of the sequins that I have in my stash have tape on the back of them. Some do not. And I have a hard time gluing them on because I have no hand strength, and so squeezing a bottle is not something I like to do. I also have some fun fish that I'm probably going to add a little bit, but I'm just going to do a little bit. And this is just a fun alphabet book that you might want to make. So think about, my friend made an alphabet book. It's so fun. It's for the kids, and that's why I'm making, this is not a 12 by 12, it's an 8.5 by 11, so it's about the size of a book. I thought about doing it as a 6 by 6 or an 8 by 8, but those albums are, I did not have any that were 3-ring binder. This one is a 3-ring binder that I'm going to put it in, so I went ahead and went with the larger size, but not a 12 by 12, because a 12 by 12 with all the alphabet would crush my sweet little boy. So anyway, so that's what it is. I hope you will like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you're playing along with all of the really fun sketches that we're doing this week. And remember, there's a different sketch every day. And hopefully, if all goes well and the creek don't rise, I will be able to finish all these layouts. A lot of times I've always done 2-page layouts, but I had a lot of stuff going on this month, so I wasn't able to do that. Oh, let's take this little alligator off there. And I just have these other things on here. These weird things on here are supposed to cover up my sweet little boy, so he has his privacy. Anyway, so that is my layout and the beginning of my alphabet book. So you might see a lot of other fun ideas for an alphabet book for the rest of the month, because I have 24 more days to go of 30 days of Chrissy's Beautiful Life. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.